overlap SCG Con is going on today at the Invitational, so I don't want to overlap them a ton. Schwingy, morning. Admiral. Ig. Kim, what's going on? Yeah, we're in Deathcloud some nerds here, hopefully. And at its core, this deck should be pretty reasonable just because we have like a green black rock core is essentially what it comes down to. Oh, well, this is... What do we think of this matchup, chat? How do we feel about the burn matchup? What do you think? Watch us just get like dumpstered here, but I feel like our burn matchup might be on the okay side of it. I just got home from F&M and I'm bored. What's going on, Spawn? Well, we're gonna help you be bored. Just got home from F&M. Does that put you in Australia then? That's about plus 13 from where I'm at, or plus 16, something like that. Do I Brutality on 2 or do I Tribe Elder? Probably depends on what I draw, right? Like if I hit a land, I'll probably Brutality. If I don't hit a land, I'm going to Tribe Elder so we can guaranteed hit this. An Abrupt Decay, that's not bad. Alright, let's play this. I'm pretty sure I just want to do this. And this covers all my green needs. This is going to go get another black, another swamp, I think. I assume we're going to see double Swifty here, putting us to 13. So we'll block the old guide. Come on, Mr. Guide. Play on my team. That's fine. Probably don't really need guide to play on our team in this matchup. Well, our team has a lot going for it at the moment. Alright, what if I cast the thing your nightmares are made of game 1? What if we did that, opponent? I guess they could have like White Source, Helix this, Bolt this. I'd go to 17, and then I'd take 6, 8 down to 9. That could be a little scary. Nope, just a Lava Spike. Okay. I think I want to just fetch in Overgrown Tomb tapped here. I'm going to snap trading this Finks for this Goblin Guide, because that should encourage them to use their Helix here, hopefully. I really don't want to draw a land, so I'm going to go ahead and fetch to clear here. Right? Oh, look. How do we feel about backup Kitchen Finks, burn opponent? How does backup Kitchen Finks make you feel on the inside? How does it make you feel on the inside? If they don't have Brutality here, we're gonna be in a real good spot. Or sorry, if they don't have Skullcrack here. No, I took Skullcrack with Thoughtseize on 1. They just have Helix, so we're gonna end up at 4 here. I guess we could die, right? Is it more conservative here to just like Brutality drain, kill the Swift Spear, Brutality drain, just like go to 8? Is that the more conservative thing to do? No, I think I'm supposed to go to 8, right? I'm pretty sure going to 8 is the right play here. Because, like, that cuts most of their outs off. I just want to, like, stabilize the board, essentially. So I'm going to go kill your thing, drain. And then I'm going to go drain. And then next turn I'll block here. So they need, like, even land Searing Blaze doesn't do it at this point. Burn's a very good deck, and, like, it's worth noting, like, we're at 8 here. We've gained 8 life this game, so, like, they've dealt almost 20 points to us. They dealt 18 points to us, because we dealt 2 to ourselves with these fetch lands. I suspended a Rift Bolt. Hey, Pinky. On June 18th, your life will change forever. Until then, you appear. Alright. Alright. The cult has many members these days. Alright. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and smack them with this. I need to just kill them at this point. You don't want to give the burn deck too much time. What's going on? Jet, it is... Why are you conscious? There's a... It's like 6 a.m. where you're at. It's so early. No, there's not going to be coverage for the event that we're playing, unfortunately. So I mean, like, they could technically have 2 cards to kill us here, right? They could have Boros Charm plus a Spike or a Bolt. Snapping this block off. They have a Skullcrack. They have a Skullcrack. Another land's not a terrible draw. It lets us cast a Thragtusk if we draw one. So we're only putting them to 8 here. So, like, we've had... This has just been, like, a good example of, like, Burn is a deck that basically never loses when it only draws 3 lands in however many cards. Like, they've had 3 lands in 16 cards now, and, like, we've had double Kitchen Finks, double Collective Brutality, and, like, they have combinations of cards that kill us here. The deck is just so powerful when it doesn't draw any resources. I think I'm supposed to attack with my Beastier. This is match 1, game 1. So I'm being conservative on this attack here, because if they have any burn spell attacking these Finks in, it loses a Finks for only 2 points of damage, and, like, I still have an attack that's pretty lethal next turn. Yep. Did do a lot. Our deck is very well set up for this matchup, but sometimes they only have 3 lands and 17 cards and you die. Oh, I guess this means I didn't have lethal through a blocker here, huh? So I need a removal spell. That's unfortunate. All right, well, now we're gonna pound with everything because I need to force jump blocks with the Grim Lavamancer, obviously. Yeah, I think maybe I messed up by not attacking last turn. Maybe I was playing a little bit too scared. I didn't think about them having another blocker potentially. I'm not dead to Goblin Guide. I can make another 3/3 here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, wow, okay, I deserve to lose this. Yeah, 10 out of 10. This can untap any lands. Yeah, could have totally played Garruk and untap my Treetop Village. And then we could have beaten Burn. We could have beaten Burn. Yay, we beat Burn. They finally drew their 4th land. Oh, it doesn't have haste. Yeah, there we go. Look, Sterik's got me. Sterik's got me. Sterik's got me. And look at that. Guess what, chat? Guess who's got more anti-burn cards in his sideboard? Guess who's got 2 thumbs and hates losing to the fucking burn deck? This guy right here. This guy right here. Alright. Board in a Thrun just for a beater. It's probably better than Ob Nix. I don't think I want these other cards. I guess Damnation's pretty mediocre too, huh? I think Baloth is just a really well-positioned Magic card in Modern currently. I think Baloth is just a very well-positioned Modern card at the moment. I'm going to bring in the Nature's Claim, actually. Because some of these burn decks have Ensnaring Bridge on the board, and Claim kills Eidolon in a pinch. So, it's narrow, but like a lot of the last cards I'd be bringing in here are narrow. But I think narrow is fine. Like, our main deck and our 75 are pretty well set up for this matchup. Worst case, it like pitches to a Brutality or a Liliana the Veil. I have not heard any player that I respect who plays Hallowed One tell me that you're supposed to burn out Burning Inquiry for fear of Obstinate Baloth. They've all said the same thing. You need Burning Inquiry to do your busted thing. You should hope they don't have it because they understand how... I mean, this is basically a black-green rock deck at its core with Sakura-Tribe Elder to like accelerate into bigger things. It's kind of like a bigger black-green rock deck, essentially. I think this is a mulligan. I think... Like, I have a bunch of Inquisitions and Fatal Pushes. This is a mulligan on the draw. I have Collective Brutalities and Kitchen Finks. I have just, like, so many cards that are good here. Am I just gonna die with, like, Decay into Baloth? Like, this curve's just not good enough. This is not super exciting, but I think it's a keep. I'm gonna top that against a Goblin Guide deck. God bless you, little shit-eating goblin. God bless you and your unmulliganing. Alright, I think I just take Taylor here and then hope they brick out a land so we can take the Eidolon next turn. If they hit a land here, we could be in a little bit of trouble depending on what the top of our deck looks like, but we're in an okay spot for now. Yeah, we've got 2 Thragtusks in our main deck too, on top of the 4 Finks and Brutalities. That's unfortunate. So now we really need to draw a Fatal Push or an Abrupt Decay. Or that Nature's Claim. We did board in a Nature's Claim. No, I think Baloth, there's like Wiltleaf Liege, but Wiltleaf Liege isn't like strictly better than Baloth. It's just like kind of different. Yeah, the claim's like just right. I didn't have another card to board in, so. I have a bunch of cards here that do a lot of stuff. Collective Brutality would be the stones, obviously. What do you mean by, oh, they double suspended Rift Bolts. That actually seems pretty good for me. So now I get to do this, and I get to take this Eidolon away that's otherwise going to kill us. I guess we're dying pretty quickly here. We're taking 9-11 this turn. If they draw a 1 mana burn spell, we die, but I just like, I'm gonna take a lot of damage from this Eidolon. I think they were referring to it from a perspective of like the best effect from you discard this for free. Another Inquisition. That's not particularly useful. We do, however, have a Treetop Village that can block next turn. So if my opponent draws some lands here, we could be in a spot to win the game. They do have Lightning Bolt in their hand currently. So I'm gonna play this and pass. We're dead to any 2 mana burn spell. We're dead to any burn spell at this point. 1 or 2 mana. I think Finks would have been the ideal draw there. Collective Brutality, a close second. If they attack me with this, I'm gonna fire this up knowing that they have a Lightning Bolt in their hand. Because if Treetop Village just reads gain 3 life, discard this, I think I'm okay with that. I'm obligated to try and block here with this play, because otherwise I'm dead. We know they have Bolt in their hand. So I'm just hoping to rip a Brutality or Finks here. That is a Garruk Wildspeaker, so we're dead. A little bit of a clunker there. Little bit of a clunker. Burn is... If there was a deck in if you could choose to draw 3 lands and never draw another land for the rest of the game, everybody... Modern would be only burn decks. Because burn is almost unbeatable when it does that. We had to have double Brutality into double Finks to like plow through that in the first game. Is this good enough? This is probably not good enough, right? I guess I have Inquisition to break them up a little bit. Inquisition to break them up a little bit. Awesome, Kebble. Is Inquisition along with the top of my deck enough to live till turn 5? Probably on the play. 9-ball. Thanks for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna mulligan. Finks and Brutality are just so appealing to dig for. Yeah, this hand gets to scry. Bottom that. Want a 1 or 2 drop here. We'll lead on this Verdant for an Overgrown Tomb. And it's fine to like burn. It's fine to like Bogles too. Burn is one of the better decks in Modern, for sure. I ended up getting my deck stolen. It deserved a sub. Alright. Well, welcome. Okay, I mean, if we draw a 5th land in the next 3 draw steps, we're going to have a good strong curve here. So, if you fetch before the Goblin Guide trigger, you're less likely to have a land on top of your deck, because if there's a land on top of your deck, the Goblin Guide's going to clear it. Whereas if you let the Goblin Guide trigger and then you fetch and there's a land on top of your deck after you fetch, there isn't a Goblin Guide there to clear it anymore. This is match 1, game 3. That's a good one. I think I just want to stick Kitchen Finks here though, right? Unless they suspend a Rift Bolt, I might just escalate this Brutality. Yeah, they suspended a Rift Bolt. Is it nuts to bin this? I think I want to full escalate this. So like, which two of these 3 cards am I discarding? If I discard the Thrun and keep in the land and keep the Thragtusk, I'm pretty unlikely to like hit running lands for the Thragtusk, which seems bad. The problem with the Finks is that like it's really terrible if they have Searing Blaze and like they have a Rift Bolt suspended, so like this Swift Spear is going to output a lot of damage next turn. I just play them in the order they're in the queue, JMP. Pretty much always just stick to the order. I think I'm supposed to cast Brutality, ditch Thragtusk, Forest. By pitching Finks, you mean cast the Finks? Is that what people mean by pitching Finks? Because we're definitely not discarding the Finks to the Collective Brutality. That's terrible. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to... So here's the thing. Here's the way you want to look at damage output against burn. This Kitchen Finks, unless I get Skull Cracked, is almost always going to gain me 4 points of health. This Collective Brutality is always going to gain me 2. But if I kill the Swift Spear with it this turn, it's going to effectively gain me a minimum of another 2 points of damage, because this Swift Spear's point plus its Prowess trigger next turn is not going to happen. So by using the Brutality now, I gain those extra points in. Also, using the Collective Brutality now fully escalated while I don't have mana up gives me a check to chance for Searing Blazes and Skull Cracks. So the problem is, if I was only discarding 1 card, it would just be easy discard the Thrun. The problem is I want to go full 3 here to insulate myself the best. I don't think I have time to get to the Thragtusk. I think it's full escalate Brutality, pitch Thrag, pitch Forest. And look at this. So like if I would have played the Kitchen Finks here, I'd have gone to 16, 18, but then I'd have taken 2, I'd have ended up at 10 here. Yeah, if I'm pitching the land, I feel obligated to pitch the Thragtusk. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and kill that and take the Skullcrack away, I think. And, like, this turn, we could take 8 down to 8, and then I'm going to play Finks and go up to 10. All right, take a freebie. Both lines end up with us having similar amounts of health. The difference is leading on the Collective Brutality allows us to have information if we need to be able to sequence around Searing Blood or Searing Blaze, and it allows us to take a Skull Crack. They drew a fucking Skull Crack. Welcome. Oh, God, we're about to dead burn. This is why Burn is one of the best decks in Modern. Even a deck that's really well set up against it, that has a lot of really fantastic tools, sometimes you just die. Sometimes you just die. This is for an updated green-white scales list that I cleared through on Twitter. So can you please ping me on Twitter again in the future? Please try to remember to link the deck list in the donation message. That helps me track it. And, like, we ended up drawing running lands here, so, like, kind of getting punished for discarding the Thragtusk. So we're gonna end up at 6 here. We need another way to gain some health. Alright. Got one guy playing on our team at least. Just my deck just like spitting in my face for being conservative and discarding the Thragtusk. Shaman is the only champion that can lead to Shudderwalk. God bless us, everyone. God bless us, everyone. Alrighty, these ones can go away. I would like to take that one. Your move, Yugi boy. That's all I got. That's all I got. Found a piece of candy. I thought their line that last turn was fine. What was wrong with their line with the Searing Blood there? Why was that bad? Can you explain? I mean, Pulse Marasa is very similar to just playing Obstinate Baloth. Very similar to just playing Obstinate Baloth. I like that Baloth kills my opponent. Yeah, quite possibly, Burgle. Quite possibly. Alright, well, we're just gonna start attacking them. Again, dead to lots here. Can't afford to play around anything. If we'd have been greedy and kept the Thragtusk on the first Collective Brutality, we'd be winning this game by a significant margin. I don't really know that I'd argue Damping Sphere is a really good design. It's a powerful card that's going to see play, but I don't know about arguing that like from a design perspective it's particularly amazing. Yay! Kitchen Finks! Yay! Kitchen Finks! And we could still die, because they suspended a Rift Bolt here. We're going to Duress them and see a land here, hopefully. Not a spell coming at my face. God bless. So, we're dead to Boros Charm. Dead to Boros Charm. Yeah, I agree with Burgle. Damping Sphere was designed to do a specific thing, and it's very good at doing that specific thing, but, like, it's not... Collective Brutality is just, like, a very elegant... Burgle's good at words. That Burgle, he's good at words. I don't know. We're dead to a Boros Charm here, and they haven't played any of those yet. Again, 3 lands and 17 cards. I guess they have 4 lands. They have a 4th land in their hand. Did you draw a 5th land in your 17 cards? Did you draw a creature? Please be dead. Please be dead. Please be dead. Yes! Death to the burn player. Alright, sweet. Sweet! So that was not a matchup where Deathcloud was particularly good. Hopefully find some mid-rangey opponents, or maybe some Jeskai or blue-white control. Get to Deathcloud them a little bit. Yeah, so far the deck's confirmed unbeatable. So far the deck is confirmed unbeatable. Man, I hope we hit Bogles at some point. This card seems decent against Bogles. Yeah, the Tin Fin video is sweet. After we play the Bomberman deck today, it'll be at the top of the Legacy queue. Yeah, hopefully we got another burn opponent here. There's fingers crossed for a handful of lightning bolts here. Opponent mulligan to 5. You know my favorite thing to do to... Hopefully this is not... No. Okay, well, we asked for Bogles, right? I said hopefully we find Bogles at some point today. I'm sure we're never going to draw a Deathcloud, but you know, I have received my wish. Kunalept, thank you very much for the 6-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome. Okay, I mean, that is certainly a piece in a winning puzzle at some point here. We just need some lands to get there. We just want to draw lands for the next 3 turns. 4 turns, 5 turns. We want to draw a lot of lands, chat. My favorite part about Magic the Gathering is how low variance it is. That is my favorite part about Magic the Gathering. What's that other game the kids play? Hearthstone's definitely lower variance than that one. I was gonna say, there's effectively 28 mana sources in our deck when you count Steve-O, so that's like, this is like the second best thing to drawing a land here, right? That's fair. Resource variance is what allows a mouth breather like me to be able to beat a good Magic player like John Finkel. Can I have a land, please? Ding. Ding. Do I shock this in? I'm supposed to shock this in, right? Dead Rancor and other bullshit. Yeah, can you taste it, Mr. Bogles? Can you taste it? Can you taste it? Taste it. Taste it, Mr. Bogle. Taste it. Alright, sorry, that might have been extreme for some people, but we're at 1, and I would like the record to reflect that 1 and 0 are different numbers. Just in case there was any question in anybody's mind. 1 and 0 confirmed to be different numbers. Yeah, give them the business, Vital Force. Show them how vital things are. Don't cast. There's some words to live by. Don't cast the card your deck is named after. You'll fucking die. Don't do it. Don't do it. And how's Thunderdome treating you over there, opponent? How's Thunderdome these days? You have a path to exile? Did they just path my forest? Fair opponent. I accept your path to exile. Yes. All right. God bless you, Steve-O. I'd like everybody to pour one out for Steve-O Bandito there. He certainly he picked the ball up and he fucking ran it all the way to the end zone. Just God bless him. God bless us, everyone. All right, this is slow. This is slow. What are we doing? We actually have a lot of tools for this matchup, huh? I've got a fucking Fracturing Gust in my sideboard too. Just give them the huge Bizwitch. Yep, Steve saved us one life, which is what we stabilized at. Steve, we need a Steve emote. Steve's the real hero. Steve. Steve. Fetching, are you talking about fetching with Goblin Guides? Fetching is better too because it gets the shock land out of our deck, and a lot of time you want to be clearing your shocks against Burn Kelvin as well. Fatal Push is necessary because the opponent's going to have... Oh, I guess they had Silhana Ledgewalker, didn't they? If they're on Ledgewalker, I probably don't want many or any Fatal Pushes. You want some ways to kill Dryad Arbor too, but like Silhana Ledgewalker actually indicates that they might not be on... They might not be on Core Spirit Dancer. Spirit Dancer's like a must kill on site. But... the fact that, yeah, I think I'm actually going to do this. I think I'm actually going to go down to that. Sometimes they board in Teague too. Yeah, so I've got 2, 3, 4 ways to kill a Teaglesworth. I think that's fine. If we actually see a Teague, I can bring in more. We're up a game here. But normally I'd have 2 to 3 Fatal Pushes in my deck post board in this matchup. But again, the fact that they had Silhana Ledgewalker makes me want to have fewer Fatal Pushes because there's a good chance they don't. I understand the decision I have made here, chat. I understand that I could lose this game without getting to play Magic. I think the risk is worth the potential upside. Alright, they have Teagues. We'll bring in more Fatal Pushes for the third game. Their hand was fine. Like any enchantment, and it's great. Let me just like brush my shoulder off here real quick. Just need to brush that off for people that haven't been paying attention to how we've been running so far. All right, skip their combat step. God bless. We did end up beating Burn. We did, in fact, end up beating Burn. So, do I get another green source here, or do I get a black source? I should probably get a black source, right? I'm gonna get a green source and put these Kitchen Finks into play, I think. I want my threats to be in play before I Deathcloud. And again, like, regardless of if this hand actually drew lands or not, I think it was a worthwhile keep. I think this hand had all of the tools we were looking to have in a hand to allow us to win the game. So, I think that's really what we want to be looking for here. Why is our opponent playing a bunch of 1/1s? That's a good question, Burgle. That's a good question. Do I just want to Maelstrom Pulse the Ranker here? I think I do, right? Just like be resource efficient. Because for those that aren't familiar, Daybreak Coronet is required to enchant a permanent that's already enchanted. So by killing the Rancor, even though the Rancor comes back to their hand, the Daybreak Coronet falls off because it's no longer enchanted. That's an interesting topic because then I could have taken the Rancor from their hand. I didn't think about that. Maybe that was worthwhile. All right, so I'm definitely playing this Kitchen Finks. The question then becomes, do I want a Nature's Claim? I don't think so. I think I'm just putting this into play and passing. I'm going to attack for 2 here. 3, whatever this is. It's possible I should hold up Claim here. It's annoying, but not the end of the world. Yeah, we can Cloud for 2 next turn, which is nice. Their hand is Bogle Dryad Arbor at the moment. Yeah, I'm definitely just clouding for 2 here, right? Definitely just clouding for 2. Yeah, we're definitely, yeah, attack first, Obs. We'll cloud for 2, and we'll keep the Nature's Claim. And we'll discard, we'll keep our Treetop Village as well, so we'll have a bunch of power in play. Yeah. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. All the girlies say is pretty fly for a white guy. And they're going to 14 here, so like they're dead in 2. So we're gonna have 7 power in play. The Treetop Village. So they have Rancor Bogle in hand right now. That's gonna be something, chat. That's gonna be something. We need a mana. We need a mana, but that is certainly a piece of candy. So if I animate my Treetop Village and smash them, do I die to anything? Is there any card in their deck that kills me if I just tap out and smash them for 7? Ethereal Armors +2, Rancors +2, Daybreak Coronets +3. No, they have 0 cards in their hand. Yeah, so I think I'm just supposed to like, I think I'm just supposed to fire this up and smash them. I'm pretty sure there isn't a single one single thing. I'm like, obviously a combination of 2 cards could kill us, but they only have 1 card. They have 0 cards in their hand. They're drawing 1 for the turn. So things are looking pretty bad for the Bogle squad. All right. Hey, Deathcloud confirmed unbeatable. Deathcloud confirmed unbeatable. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We're waiting for the 3rd match to pop. I'd just like to welcome everyone to my channel. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full time here on Twitch. Play a ton of Modern. We play some Legacy. We're going to dip our toe into Brawl later today. We also play games like Hearthstone and Hex on occasion. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason that I'm able to stream full time like I do. And hey, if you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, like Mr. Creamy McCrunch, Mr. or Mrs. Creamy McCrunch, thank you for that. Amazon Prime, if you link it to your Twitch account, gets you Twitch Prime like that. And Twitch Prime lets you subscribe to a Twitch content creator of your choice every single month for free. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's included with your Amazon Prime. You can also support myself by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff like Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Physical cards. InkedGaming.com does custom gaming accessories. And of course, myself and the wonderful moderators here would like to welcome everyone to Hoaglandia. Let's not spend too much time plugging. We got another match to pop here. We are 2-0 on the play here for this 3rd match. Yeah, sounds fine, right? It's a little bit slow. We've got a Fatal Push to slow them down. Is it bad that I skipped graduation to watch your stream? I have 2 degrees. I have never gone to a graduation ceremony. Yes, FGator. I'm planning to do one. Well, I'm planning to play Modern Deathcloud, and then we're just gonna do a little bit of everything. One One Modern League, one Legacy League. We're gonna play this Brawl deck that's been hanging out in the queue for a little while. And then we're gonna wrap up with some Hex. And it's gonna be a little bit shorter than a lot of my Friday streams just because I don't really want to overlap the Invitational a ton. Because Invitational is streaming right now too. Well, yeah, it's not a bad pickup. Depending on what they're playing, she could be pretty good. They're boring and unpleasant is a good way to describe them. I concur with that. Which is why I didn't go. They'll send you the diploma in the mail. God bless them. Opt. Delta Opt. Could be a control deck. Probably not Shadow because they fetched a basic land. Our deck's probably pretty okay against a lot of control decks. Straight to Legacy after this Jet. Figured we start with some Modern, and we're gonna do Legacy and Brawl. I need my Mono Red Prison to move its way up the queue. Have some bits, you filthy shell. Thanks for the support, Skater. 10 out of 10, we'll get that pushed up. It's funny with Justin and Can of Gear. Thank you for the $10 donation. Like to add, perfect. Look at that. You even put the link in the queue. Thank you for the support. I'll get that added after we're done today. So do I want to jam the Kitchen Finks or do I want to jam the Liliana the Veil? I think I want to lead on. This is tough. I think I'm going to lead on Liliana the Veil because that's more likely to get counterspelled. Because I'd kind of like Garruk to stick next turn. And like if the Liliana does stick, like I just get to bin the Fatal Push and it's like reasonable upside, I think, here. Disrupting Shoal, pitching Spell Queller. You have my attention, opponent. You have my attention. Window Watery Grave. Okay, interesting. There are so many sweet things in this format. Sorry, yeah. So since Justin and Nivik have taken a hiatus till June 18th, I'm actually keeping up with the queue. I'm actually managing to keep the queue with all the decks under 50 points. Which is a new experience. They didn't have a Mana Leak last turn. I would like a 3/3, please. Shait, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Thanks for keeping me employed. Regarding yesterday's Jund Rock list, are there any changes you would want to make? If you want to lower the curve, no, stop it. Don't cut tracker. I would cut Bloodbraid Elves before I cut trackers if you wanted to lower the curve. Tallow Wisp. You may search your library for an aura card with enchant creature, reveal it. Sure. Okay. I still don't fully understand what's going on, but I like it. Rattle Chains, that is. They are giving us the business, chat. They are giving us the business. That is. Alright, I guess I should have waited here, huh? I'm just getting super punished. So I've just... Burgle, this is Modern. Everything is competitive in Modern. I'm a little rattled. Yeah, I am definitely a little rattled. Oh yeah, what'd they reveal? Curious Obsession. Yeah, let's make some more 3/3s and just give them the beatdown. He shook me. All night long, all night long. Draw some cards, I'm gonna beat you to death. I'm gonna beat you to death with my 3 power creatures. You, me, and 3 power creatures gonna shake you around. This deck is a Curious Obsession, right? This one just doesn't draw a card, right? Just image player. Yeah, sweet. So Garruk died, but like they didn't draw a card, and I've got 9 power in play. Like I'm calling that a success on our end. I mean, it looks like Esper Spirits. Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Probably okay to call it a duck. Down to 4. I'm gonna play Steve-O Bandito here. He has an entire point of power. To be fair, Marty, you can't look at deck lists right away for Immortal because you have to wait for the gauntlet runs to finish. And this is basically Magic's version of Immortal. So I'm actually not going to sack Steve here because they're at 4. He offers a lethal point of power. I get your sentiment. I get your sentiment, but like fair is fair. That's true. You get to look at the list eventually. I like being fair when we shit on Magic. You need to when you shit on anything, you should only shit on it for fair and true reasons. You shouldn't make stuff up. Look at another 3 power creature. Smush. And you're dead. Alright. It is a bigger black-green deck. It's a deck that uses Sakura-Tribe Elder to accelerate into larger cards, one of which is Deathcloud. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's fair and balanced. Alright. I probably don't even want to Thrun, right? Knight of Souls Betrayal. Is that even reasonable? I don't really have a lot of cards that I want here, I don't think. Fatal Push is fine, obviously. Steve-O does a lot. He's pretty flexible. I think I don't want these Thoughtseizes. Just like hurt my health total a little bit too much against their deck that's potentially a little bit aggressive. I just want this Baloth as a beater. I might just want the Baloth as a beater. Wanderer, Selfless. Yeah, they have a lot of X1s. I guess that's fair. Do I want to trim some of these Kitchen Finks? Yeah, they're Esper. Do I want to trim some of these Finks? Because like the back half of Finks is worse under Souls, under Betrayal. What do you think? What do we think of this? Is this insane? I mean, like killing them with Kitchen Finks isn't bad. Let's do this. This is pretty mediocre. I guess this is a removal spell that doesn't get spell quellered, which is nice. It's a removal spell that doesn't get spell quellered. All right, let's do this. We already kept a 1-lander and hit today, so I assume we're about to die. Hitting the green source here is great because it makes Sakura-Tribe Elder's life draws. Geist is Saint Trash. Mana Leak. Alright, we're gonna take Saint Trash out of here. This is why there are wet balls in my sideboard. This deck probably doesn't have enough pressure even with wet ball to beat Tron consistently, so I think without Tarmogoyf, your wet balls are kind of just like wasted slots. The Fulminator Mages are in the board because they're not there for Tron, they're there for like the blue-white control matchups. Maybe. The actual answer is we don't know, so I think Knight of Souls Betrayal is like probably a fine card anyways against them. Because it does at least kill Rattle Chains. I'd be kind of surprised they didn't at least have Selfless Spirit. Selfless Spirit's very good at protecting, what's his name? Protecting, Play Geist. Souls, gross. That's a decent hit. How do I feel about Liliana plus discard Thragtusk to try and get them to bin the Mana Leak out of their hand? It also, like, pressures their ability to, like, hold up Mana Leak plus Flashback Souls next turn, which is nice. I think I like this. If they don't bin the Mana Leak, I can bait the Mana Leak with a Maelstrom Pulse next turn. And if they don't hold the Mana Leak up, we just get to go Twilight Mire, slam Knight of Souls Betrayal here, obviously. No, I don't think it's an obvious ghost. They have a Mana Leak in their hand that we know about. Yeah, sweet. So I assume we're gonna see fire up Tar Pit, smash 3 here, smash 2 at her face. No, you're gonna leave Liliana. Okay, sweet. It's good for us. Maybe they want to flashback Souls this turn. Flashback Souls is really good for us, assuming they didn't draw another 2-mana counter. They're just passing. That's unfortunate. If we draw Garbo, we'll plus the Liliana. Yeah, maybe Cryptic. I think I'm just gonna go for broke and slam my thing. That is less bad than that could have gone for us, so we'll continue playing Magic the Gathering here. Any piece of spot removal and we're very in the game. Yep. Love it. Love it. Just flashback Souls into the face of it. Zero fear. Come at me, bro. Alright, let's kill that one. It's actually a pretty good draw for us. Let's just clear out the one threat that then this won't clean up if we don't draw a Maelstrom Pulse or whatnot. Yeah, so we get to field that and then crack with the Treetop. We're losing this race, obviously, but we're just like setting ourselves up to have pressured them should we draw removal for the Spellqueller. No, I don't think we're supposed to hold that. I think that's pretty narrow. I'm going to hold Steve in case we draw Fatal Push, but the Creeping Charpic gave them a 2-turn clock, so I think it's worth taking them off the 2-turn clock to use the Field of Ruin there. We get an extra draw step this way. And if we get removal next turn for this, like, we'll be in a pretty good spot. We're at a low health total, but their deck probably doesn't have any traditional reach, and they'll have a hard time closing through Knight of Souls Betrayal. Brick and Die? Brick and Die. Alright. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Oh, we were so close, check. God, Ob would have been the nut there, huh? Just like, can't get Spellquellered, come down, kill your thing. It'd have been pretty good. It'd have been pretty good. It's fine. That's why we play. That's why we play 3 games. There's an archive on YouTube, youtube.com/FL, where you watch all the games for yourself. You can even watch them at 2x speed if you don't enjoy waiting. You skip to the end, you can see just the record. Lots of good ways to find out. Maybe the Golgari Charm is fine. I don't know, just for souls seems narrow. Especially when I have so many other sweepers. Classic Scry bottom. Immediately draw a same card. Thanks, Moto. Oh, you know what? That should have been an Overgrown Tomb, probably, right? That was a bad fetch. I should have fetch shocked there. Because like now Steve has to choose between giving me double green and double black. This deck should probably have 25 lands in it. It's got Steve for like 28 mana sources, but like, I don't know. Missing and dying seems bad. Is that the word on the street, Jesse? That sounds like good street advice. He says you can't learn anything useful on the streets. Yep. Okie doke. Okie doke. Gain to make a 3/3 deal. Those they'll teach you everything on the streets, apparently. I was like, there's just a lot of quality info on those streets, JMP. Alright, so I think we lead on... Am I leading on that? I'm gonna lead on another Garruk here, actually. Am I? This is a list I threw together based on a deck list that Reed Duke played back in 2015. Is it just Garruk downtick again? It might just be Garruk downtick again, right? I think just like gain 2, make a 3/3 is fine. End step Geist to Saint Draft. Yup. Alright, we need an untapped black source here. We need an untapped black source here. If we don't hit an untapped black source, we're just going to slam Damnation. But we need an untapped black source, ideally. Hello, darkness, my old friend. We're gonna like flash in Selfless Spirit in response here. Just like hate ourselves. Garruk Wildspeaker is the Garruk that we had. Holy shit, that resolved. I was not prepared for it to resolve, chat. I was about to exercise my conceit APM there. And then it resolved. Oh geez, Fetch Shock is so aggro. You have like another Geist here and we're dead. Yep. Yep. Let's go, game. So, a little bit of fumble and die. It's very possible that there should just be 25 lands in the deck. Most of the games we're dying. It's because we just don't have enough mana. We have a lot of top end and we just want to get there. We beat Bird and Bogles. We lost to Esper Wisp. Yep. On the scoreboard. People keep asking about Utopia Sprawl like it's free or something. Like, I feel like people just like, people are used to like associating cards with other. Let's talk about why we're not playing Utopia Sprawl for half a second, because this is like a question people are gonna have. So like, let's look at the number of lands that I have that I can attach a Utopia Sprawl to. It's this many. I have 10 lands that I can attach a Utopia Sprawl to. I feel like a lot of people are used to seeing a card like Garruk Wildspeaker that can untap lands, and then just like automatically thinking, well, you can untap lands. Obviously, that means you want to have things that make your lands make more mana. When really, like, it's a more complicated formula than that, right? Like, the other decks in Modern, like the Green Devotion style decks that are playing Utopia Sprawl, they're trying to ramp into like giant things, right? Like, they're trying to ramp into like 7, 8, 9 like dumb cards that like shouldn't even be cast in Modern, right? Like, we're trying to be more honest than that. We're trying to cast 4 or 5, you know, maybe a 6 mana spell on occasion, but usually Deathcloud for 2 is enough in a lot of matches of Modern. So, like, what we're trying to accomplish is a lot more humble than, like, what the Green Devotion decks that are trying to use Utopia Sprawls in conjunction with Wildspeaker are doing. So, like, while Wildspeaker will occasionally ramp us into a big Deathcloud, he's just here because, like, making 3/3s is pretty good. Making 3/3s is pretty good. This is basically a bigger black-green rock deck. Instead of being lower to the ground with Tarmogoyf to pressure combo decks, we're a little bit bigger. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. This doesn't really do anything. It's pretty bad if they're a spell-based combo deck. I think it's fine. Bottom another land here. Spire Bluff. Maybe I'm supposed to... Yeah, I'm probably supposed to shock there, actually, against Spire Bluff. Because if they play a Storm creature, I'm going to want to Fatal Push it. That sounds like too many. 20, 30, 30... I got 32 mana sources? Sounds like too many. Yeah, I should have shocked this in. It was a mistake. Oh, I drew a tapped land. Tap land's nice because it lets us do this plus this turn. Kill it with fire. We shouldn't have pushed the first one when they would have played the second one and we'd have been able to pulse them both. I mean, like, saying the tier 3 deck plays this type of card, so, like, that means it's a playable card is kind of a silly stance to take. Alright, let's stand up for a bit. Sit for an hour. Be up in a flash. See what I did there? It's topical because of my shirt. Are we dead? I think we're dead. I think Noxious Revival at the top of their deck probably means we're dead. Crack my Steves, get my auto pass value. Hey, we didn't die. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just supposed to Damnation this idiot, right? I just can't let them keep that in play. It's like pretty appealing to slam my 5-drop there, but pretty sure we're supposed to just do that. Remand me, baby. Remand me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. All the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Do, 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 do. That is not what Nissa Vital Force does, Gregor. Please take a peek at her text box again. We did not win the Spirits game. I mean, we're not here to not fucking cast this Deathcloud, right? It's not... I didn't come here to not cast this Deathcloud. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. Cast gifts in response. Oh, wait. Do you have another remand? Do you have another remand, opponent? Do you have another remand? Why are they casting gifts in response? They're going to have to discard their entire hand. Deathcloud for 5? How about a 5-month 3-sub extras? Well, this is... I mean, I'm going to have to lose a bunch of lands myself, but they're going to lose everything. I would like to take everything away from you. Is this a cast gifts, look at my deck, concede? This feels like a cast gifts, look at my deck, concede, right? Yeah, we get to keep 2 duels and a Treetop, right? And like they're going to 10 off this Deathcloud, so Treetop's just a 4-turn clock. This is match 4. We're currently 2-1. This deck's probably pretty cheap to build, right? Dollar-wise? What's expensive in here? Liliana's probably expensive. You could budget her. Collective Brutality is a chase card at this point, right? Because magic cards are all expensive. I don't actually know what magic cards cost. I shouldn't assume that things are cheap. I mean, you're literally going to discard your entire hand, opponent. You are literally, all of these cards are going to your graveyard. All of them. Because you're discarding 5 cards. As far as fair decks in Modern are concerned, it's pretty cheap, right? $1,000? Oh, Magic. Oh, Magic the Gathering. I like how it makes them click on all of their lands individually. Like, alright, that's all I'm just gonna take a screenshot. I'm just gonna take a screenshot here. Oh, yeah, just Magic as Richard Garfield intended it to be played. That board state needed a tweet, chat. That board state needed a tweet. Remember when you wanted me to cut my Treetop Villages, Burgle? Remember when you gave me that terrible piece of advice? You're like, hey, what about these Treetop Villages? Do we need those? Yes, we need We need all... Steve-O Bandito. Sorry, Steve. My treetop has no time for you. My treetop's got places to be. My treetop's got places to be. Hopefully we draw an untapped land here. Get to slam Steve-O and crack them with this. What you got? What you got? What you got, opponent? What you got? Oh, is that a toy? Did I take your toy away? That's so sad for you, opponent. How are you gonna go off without any toys? How are you gonna go off without any toys? Uno health total. Pretty confident we can't die from here. Oh, Electromancer. Did you not realize that my treetop tramples? It's a trampling land. On my opponent's tombstone, it shall read A for effort. They certainly tried. For the record, I would like the record to reflect that I don't think this matchup is good for us. I would like to be on record stating that this is almost certainly a bad matchup for our deck. Just so everything is clear, so nobody thinks I think something that I don't. On record, this matchup is probably bad for us, but that was great. And I would like to do it again. But I understand if it doesn't. I don't think... usually I like 3 answers to tokens post board. So like Golgari Charm plus double pulse I think is enough. Moro Sith or Burning Piggy, thank you for the 5-month free subscription. So a lot of these decks trim some of their creatures post board against us. So I'm really not a huge fan of Fatal Push. Nissa gives us a way to actually kill our opponent, which is one of the things we're lacking to do. One of the things people really like to do with decks like this against decks like Storm is they overvalue disruption and undervalue the ability to end the game. And ending the game is the most important part about beating Storm. You need to actually kill them. Ending the game. It is. It really is. It's like burn, right? You need to actually kill your burn opponent. Otherwise, they're just going to draw cards and eventually kill you. I mean, we know Deathcloud's literally unbeatable, so we're definitely going to keep the hand that has that in it. For those of you who are just joining us, we are 2-1 in this league. We're currently up a game here in this 4th match against Storm. Storm's a pretty land light deck too, so like having something like Deathcloud is valuable from that aspect as well. Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's tough. It's tough because like I'm really surprised they don't at least do time-shifted matches for their invitational coverage. Like, they have 2 sets of commentators for the invitationals. Because, like, I get that that's probably why they don't do it the rest of the time. Because, like, they'd have to hire a second set of commentators to realistically do time-shifted matches. But it's weird to me that they don't, like, fill it at the invitational. Good die here. Zap this one. It was just someone that, like, they put in the exclamation point record command. I saw they put in the record command, so I verbally said what the record was, and then apparently they weren't listening, and then they started asking what the record was again, so. To each his or her own, I guess. I assume we're gonna get remanded here, but on the off chance that we don't, let's cast this. They haven't been doing anything, so I'm assuming their hand is just like mono disruption. This Pyromancer Ascension is a little bit scary. Pyromancer Ascension is another reason to bring in Golgari Charm. Not only does it cover goblins, but it covers the Ascension as well. 27 years, the time goes by so fast. That's how many years old I am, so probably a little bit less than 27 years. At any rate, Max, thanks for the over 2 years of support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. If this Ascension probably kills us this turn. Probably kills us. You do you, opponent. You do you. I don't think I want to bring in Nature's Claim for this, like, 1 Ascension or 2 Ascensions. Usually I don't have more than, like, 2 of them. I'm just going to go ahead and concede. There's a chance that they brick here, but it's pretty unlikely. So, for the sake of valuing my time. Nexus with the $9 donation. Democracy for Amulet. 10 out of 10 will do. Get that added at the end of today's stream. As a heads up, I am going to Chicago this weekend for a 5K and to visit family, so I won't be on this evening or tomorrow night, but I might be home in time to fire up Sunday night. If not, I'll definitely be back for my normal Monday stream at 9 a.m. Monday morning. And we'll see where the points on all the decks are when we get there, but might try and make it home in time to fire up for after the Invitational top 8. We'll see. It's okay, like, not exciting, but fine. I'm gonna bottom that. We really don't want that just yet. And mulligan to 6 as well. See what they got. What you got? I think this is just an easy remand, right? Like, I have the removal spell for their Electromancer. Just want to, like, take their card that disrupts what I have going on. Seems more than reasonable. It's a sweet draw. If we draw a brick next turn, we can Brutality kill their thing plus escalate. What am I playing this weekend? I'm playing Jeskai Ascendancy. I grab a black source here. Green source. I grab black source. Probably grab Overgrown Tomb with this one. Need triple black for Deathcloud at some point. It's a good draw. I take their Ritual here, and then I'm gonna Brutality and take their Gifts Ungiven. But again, like, pressure is a thing we don't have. And, like, it's what you need to kill Storm. So, like, now we want to draw, like, a Garruk or Kitchen Finks or something that lets us actually end the game here. And, like, now that we've picked their hand apart here, they're playing their creature out because they're just going to, like, start Grizzly Bearing us, basically. Since they don't have a lot of things left over. Liliana the Veil is also a reasonable draw now because we can edict this away. Deathcloud for 1. I think that's probably not good right now. Is that bad? Do I want to cast Smallpox? Is the question. I think I just want a thing in play before I do that. think I'm just supposed to decay this and pass. Sure, they can remand us, but that, like, really doesn't mean anything. Like, we know one of the two cards in their hand, and we know it's not a remand, so, like, they're pretty unlikely to have a remand, so we already took one. It's probably just your computer messing up. My thing here has just fine. 1, 2, 3. And now I don't have to discard any cards from my hand, and they have to discard 2 cards. They're also going to go down to 1 land tier, so I'm just going to go ahead and fire this off. Yeah, Deathcloud. Like I said, Deathcloud for 2 is usually good enough. And, like, I'm sure we're going to draw, like, 4 and 5 drops now, but, like, taking them off 2 lands and 2 cards in hand is pretty valuable here. Stop hitting him! Stop hitting him! Taking the Ascension there was great. Although, we would have had it covered. I mean, I don't really think they were that unlucky this game, right? Like, we just like had disruptive tools. And, like, we're not a lock by any means at this point. We need to draw a threat still. Yeah, like we can definitely die here. Can definitely still die. We have Grape Shot and then cards we don't know. Betrayal giving us the business here. Looking for removal or a planeswalker, threat of some sort. Another second Deathcloud would be the stones, right? Just like take away your creature, your 2 lands. Alright, I mean, it's kind of a threat, right? No, this is game 3. Stormed us in game 2. Okay. I do this before I attack, because this way if they have a remand, I can play it back out again. I'm not going to hold up Golgari Charm here. I think I'd rather just pressure them. Like I said, killing the Storm opponent is one of the most important things you can do. Best way to disrupt them is to kill them. Like, we had a pretty good set of disruption this game. Like, if we lose this game, it'll just be, like, a pretty textbook example of just, like, you need to actually kill the Storm player. You can't just sit there and disrupt them. We do have 6 power now, but they have a lot of cards in their hand, so... Alright, so they got 2 turns here. I'd really like to draw a piece of spot removal to kill this Betrayal. Oh no, we're dead. Hopefully they go off with goblins here. They have a Past in Flames, we're probably just dead though. Yeah, that's, is that deterministic? Yeah, it's gonna be deterministic. Now back to the Invitational. What's going on, Zach? Yep. Just flood it out a little bit. Alright, 2 and 2. Like I said, I was expecting this deck to not be great against Storm, not because of our lack of disruption, but because of our other cards. So, playing something like Tasigur seems kind of silly to me. I think you should just play Tarmogoyf if you want to clock, and if you want to play Tarmogoyf, you just shouldn't play this deck, and you should play Black Green Rock. They had a Grape Shot in their hand. Yeah, we could 2-0 to 2-3 and everyone check that off. And everybody plays blue in Legacy, so you don't flood out, because the format's really narrow, because you can only really play one color if you want to be competitive. I'll tilt so hard. Oh, this was your deck too, wasn't it, Griffithson? So we started out 2-0. I forgot that this was your deck, so we couldn't cash. I forgot this was your deck, so it was going to be impossible to cash. Then I woke up and did. So what you're saying is this really is your fault in a lot of different ways. Up all the way down to 4. Okay, 3. Is it Bogles again? Please be Bogles and not Thrun. Please be Bogles and not Thrun. Thrun and Bogles are the two decks that mulligan more in Modern than anything else. I'm gonna Lava Axe myself here and take a look at what's going on. I assume this is gonna be a concession, Thoughtseize. Damn it. Damn it. Alright. It was a concession, Thoughtseize. I don't flippos lots of streams for our enjoyment, but you give me the most enjoyment. Thanks, Chef. Thanks, Fliptos. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't think this matchup is winnable. We're up a game for free, so we're gonna give it the college best, but I'm pretty sure that if I used the words unwinnable to describe what we're playing, it would be accurate. Oh, Fatal Push needs to get out of my deck. If they mold a 2 again, we will slam dunk them. That is correct. We just need them. We need them to mold a 2. No, they had a relic in their opener. I guess they could be Eldrazi Tron, right? There's a non-zero chance they're playing Eldrazi Tron. Eldrazi Tron plays relic, but they're likely Green Tron. Green Tron often plays main deck relic. We'll see. I'm not boarded right for Eldrazi Tron. Not even close, but I'm gonna board like their Green Tron because that's definitely harder for us. How do I see deck lists on mobile? You can get to this URL. Or did you mean the current deck list? The current deck list is there, so. First link, thank you for the 3-month resubscription, by the way. First link is the queues, so you can see what's coming up. Second link is the current deck list. Probably because they had pressed their F6 key when my turn started. And they didn't realize that I had cast Thoughtseize until it was too late for them. I've definitely done that before. Morosith, get out of here. Thank you for the bits. I mean, it's a hand. That's not a map. That's not a map. That's good for us. That's good for us. I'd like an Overgrown Tomb into an Inquisition of Kozilek here. They are, in fact, playing good Tron. Broken Bond. Broken Bond. Maybe we can mana screw them here. We just got to take their Ancient Stirrings. That
article was extremely biased, Cathedera, because the author of that article included time-shifted magic matches under other for content, and time-shifted magic matches are matches of Magic. So it didn't do a fair comparison of showing the amount of Magic SCG shows versus the amount of Magic that Grand Prix show, because Grand Prix actually show a lot more actual matches of Magic than SCG does currently. And it took all of the data that that person farmed and made it completely irrelevant, in my opinion, because that was extremely biased and wrong. All right, so I'm going to duress them here in case they rip another land next turn, so I want to take Oblivion Stone. But it's not, people don't actually care about the advertisements. People are just associating the advertisements with the overall lack of Magic that's going on. So like, while the ads kind of suck, I think by and large, what people actually have issues with is the lack of actual Magic going on the stream. There's more downtime filler bullshit on SCG streams. That's just a fact. The way they are currently structured, it's just there's more downtime filler bullshit, whatever you want to call it. That's a good draw. So I'm going to go ahead and play Wildspeaker here. And then I'm going to go ahead and untap 2 lands and play this Kitchen Finks. Are they going to get unlucky enough to lose to us? All right, they have 2 Thragtusks of their own in hand, so they might be okay. So I'm going to play Swag Dead here. I'm going to go ahead and plus this and cast my Thoughtseize here. If they miss on mana for Thragtusk next turn, I think I can beat through 1 Thragtusk for sure. Sure, but people are very bad at explaining what they mean. And I think what most people mean when they complain about SCG having too many advertisements is just the volume of Magic content to non-Magic content is extremely high. People are very bad at explaining what they mean by and large. Holy shit, we're gonna win the game. Holy shit! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We found a piece of candy! Oh yeah! This deck might not be very good, but it's fucking sweet. Oh yeah! Is that good? Is that good? Is this I had to take the picture before we cast it because this is probably a concession Deathcloud. I'm no expert, but this feels like a concession Deathcloud to me. Oh yeah. All right. Alrighty. Well, so this was a donation deck list. We had a donation explicitly to play Black-Green Deathcloud. This deck list wasn't submitted by a viewer though, so they just asked me to take the archetype and then build the deck list myself. I think this archetype's kind of sweet, so I was happy to do that. This list was based on a deck list that Reed Duke had played in a Grand Prix in 2015, so I kind of updated it and added some sweet new toys here. And some other cards. I updated the mana base a little bit, added some Fatal Pushes and Collective Brutalities. I think this deck on average is probably worse than like the Green-Black Rock deck, but I also think it's doing kind of a sweet thing and it's attacking the format from a little bit different angle. I would estimate that this deck is probably better against decks like Blue-White Control and Jeskai, and honestly probably in like the Black-Green mirror against other decks like this with Tarmogoyf. This deck's probably a bit of a favorite just because it's bigger. How much do I have to donate to get an Amulet League in? So you sent $9 towards Amulet, which puts Amulet to 48 points So in order to rearrange my schedule day of, a deck has to hit 100 points. So 48 points is going to put Amulet to the top of the modern queue, which means unless someone else bumps something else up significantly, we're probably going to play Amulet during the next stream. So I got you, Ryland. I got you. All right, so we finished 3 and 2. Again, this deck is sweet. And we're gonna move right along to our Legacy League. That's for anyone in general. In order for me to rearrange my schedule the day of, it is a minimum of $100 donation. Yes, that is a lot of money, but it is an amount to discourage people from making me to rearrange my schedule, or for making me arrange the schedule day of to make it worth my while. So you can get decks in the queue for much less than that. It's a minimum of a $10 donation for subscribers. Alcohol with the $15 donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work and the solid content. Love the fact that chat isn't a place where people are just spewing garbage and spamming it. Put this towards Just Guys. 10 out of 10 will do. Thank you for the support as always. I think I enjoy a mix. Thank you for the bits extras too. I enjoy playing decks that are good and decks that are interesting. I think Magic would be really boring if you're just trying to be a spike all the time, and Magic would probably get a little bit nah, it wouldn't. Just playing sweet decks is great. I do enjoy playing genuinely good decks on occasion, but if I was just playing good decks, I would definitely get bored, because there's a very finite number of things that are like just optimal, right? I already exported this. Legacy. So that is for those people that are strictly Modern fans. That is the only Modern deck I'm planning to play today, democracy permitting. So we're gonna be queuing up with this Legacy deck next, and then we're gonna try and dip our toe into Brawl after this Legacy League. I had someone donate for one of those a while back, and I want to give it a go. All right, so this is. It did come through alcohol. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Look, as someone who's played a lot of Jeskai Ascendancy on Magic Online, I'm used to clicking, okay? I'm used to clicking. Alright. I love that this deck has like a Felidar Guardian and a second Saheeli in the board. It's kind of great. This is a different Bomberman list from last time too, for those that have watched the stream in the past. So the Bomberman list we played last time. No, it was not, Justin. Your Brawl list we ended up turning into your standard list, remember? This is a Naya Dinosaur Brawl list that got submitted a while back. We did in fact beat Thrun. If you didn't see it, look at my tweet. They stumbled and we ripped a Deathcloud. I'll do a bit of a deck tech to start off after I get cards here in a second. I like to record the deck techs in with the actual video.